there's an increase in women with OnlyFans accounts, but there's also an increase of men that are willing to pay monthly for these OnlyFans accounts. But the question is, why are simp men willing to pay women to see them when P-Hub is free? Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Anthony Spade channel.
Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before I get started, I want you to watch the entire video. If you like the video, press the like button at the end, press the subscribe button at the end, and hit the notifications button. Okay, nowadays, women are starting to gravitate towards OnlyFans accounts so they could be web girls for men. And you also have men that are willing to pay that. But what everyone wants to understand is, why are men reaching so low to pay for something that's given to them for free? It seems crazy. It's like, where's your emotions at? But today we're gonna break down why these guys do this ridiculous thing. All right, what you need to understand is, when it comes to a guy that's willing to do that, this is a guy that's given up on himself. His self-esteem is shot. He's faced reality. He says, listen here, I'm not motivated enough to fix myself. I'm not confident enough to talk to women. This is as far as I'm going to get. He accepted that. But we're gonna break down the scientific reasoning as to why he accepted it. See, what you have to understand is, most of these guys that give up on women, they become very good personal pleasers, which means that they spend a lot of time watching the porn. They spend a lot of time pleasing themselves. So what you have to understand is, between drugs and sex, they release the highest dopamine. This is why drugs is called dope, because of the dopamine that's released throughout your body. Well, sex and actually drugs release a high intensity of dopamine throughout your body. And on other cases, pain can also release dopamine because of the adrenaline behind it. Adrenaline will release dopamine throughout the body, which would tell your body that it feels good, and then you get a relaxation high from it. Okay, all that starts with your neurological system. Your neurological system in your brain connects your sight and what you feel. It connects all your senses together. So based off of what you see and how you feel, your body is going to decide whether it's going to release dopamine or whether it's not. Whenever you're doing something and your body starts to get happy doing it, it starts to release dopamine. So if you have a guy that's watching a girl and then he's going to please himself, but he has to daydream about that girl in order to do so. Okay, when he releases himself and the dopamine is released, the body goes back to what caused him to do that. And it was visualizing that woman. So biologically, the body now knows every time we see this woman and we go to please ourselves, it's going to feel good, but we need to keep watching that woman. This is how women actually, porn stars, develop a fan base. It's because scientifically, these guys' neurological systems, from them seeing the woman, daydreaming, and then pleasing themselves, is programming them once the body ejaculates and the dopamine is released through your body. And you're laying on your bed like, oh, God, that felt good. Okay, when you're laying there like, oh my God, that felt good from you pleasing yourself, your body is remembering the thing that caused you to do that, all right? This is how you have your favorite porn stars, that no matter what other porn star you watch, you gotta go back to this certain girl because it's something about just that girl that turns you on. Well, that's the girl that was programmed whenever you were ejaculating and dopamine was released. Your brain said, wow, we like that girl. It made us feel good. We like that girl. So sometimes a guy can have millions of videos to choose from, but you may keep going back to one or two videos that a man likes because that's what his body is programmed to. All right. That's what these OnlyFans account men are going through because they spend more time pleasing themselves more than anybody else because they've already given up on themselves. So they actually look forward to it. They actually do it more than other guys. Other guys that somewhat believe in themselves will eventually stop the ejaculation phase. He'll stop pleasing himself because he'll look for other stimulation because he still believes in himself somewhat. But guys that have actually completely given up on it, it becomes part of their personality to do it because they don't see themselves doing anything else. It's like, all right, I know I'm gonna be in the house all day, so I might as well do it. They actually have patterns that they take time out the day to go and please themselves because their neurological system needs to see it. So these women have built up a lot of fans. These fans see her over and over and over and over again to the point where she stays online enough for them to become programmed to her. And a lot of guys that may watch someone that goes live on YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook, you may find yourself needing them to go live in order for you to feel good for the day because they've been putting out so much content that your neurological system is actually used to it. All right. It's the same thing with these guys in the OnlyFans account. The woman, the visualization of the woman with the OnlyFans account is his drug. That's what he is addicted to. So if he doesn't see that woman, he's not going to have a good day because his body requires it. So a lot of these girls that were on Instagram and they went over to OnlyFans accounts, the guys that were truly addicted to them went with them. And that's what it's like when you become part of someone's neurological system. Pop stars, musicians, entertainers, they do this to their fans all the time. Their fans sit back and listen to their music. It hypnotizes them to liking them. It's the same thing with your favorite YouTuber. You watch so much, you're hypnotized to them. It becomes part of their neurological system. If they go to another channel, you follow them. Wherever they going, you following them. They're on Instagram, they're here. Now, you're a fan to somebody else that you actually need to see them or see something new from them for you to feel good because now you rely on watching them. It's the same thing with the guy that's paying for the girl. It's kind of like, I know I can go to Pornhub. I know I can go and do this, but I just have to see her again because he needs the dopamine releases through the body. The body is programmed to her. That's where he's going to get the high at. He may be able to go watch another porn. He may be able to go watch another woman, but his ejaculation is not going to be the same as it is with the girl that his neurological system is actually programmed for. It's the same thing with women. If women have sex with a guy that she's not into, her orgasm and her getting off is just not going to be as good as it is with the type of guy that actually turns her on. And this is what women actually face in relationships and in marriages. There are a lot of times they're married to a guy and in a relationship with a guy that doesn't turn them on, so their satisfaction in bed, they never get that release that they once had before because they're not with the type of guy that gave them that release before. It's the same thing with the guy with the OnlyFans account. He's simping hard, but you have to understand biologically and psychologically, if he doesn't see that girl, he's not going to have a good day. Pornhub means nothing to him because he hasn't watched every girl on Pornhub. He hasn't watched every girl on Instagram. It's the girl that he pleased himself to majority of the time, it's the girl that he can't live without. See, that's the power of the mind. That's what a lot of you guys got to understand. Majority of your problems is the power of the mind. Woman's nature is woman's nature. All right? You're going to know that. You get too close to that, you're going to get bit no matter what. The girl that you think is a good girl is only 1% of women. That's it. A lot of you guys are like, no, I don't want to make MGTOW videos anymore. I don't want to do this. And I just feel like the MGTOW community is just all complainers. No. In the red pill world, a lot of you guys are because you're still fresh to red pill. But I'm going to tell you right now, you try to go back out there in the dating world, if you ain't all the way red pill, you're going to face your same problems all over again. Because them guys on the OnlyFans account, they not going to face dating problems. They just got to have enough money to see what they need to see. It's sad, but that shows you exactly how our human brain can be transformed. And that's why a lot of guys are OnlyFans. This is Anthony Spade. If you like this red pill content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notifications button, and share this with as many women as you can. This is Anthony Spade. Hasta la vista.